That's right. We are getting fired up Wednesday. Fired up like Bo Nix was fired up. Dude, I'm ready to run through a wall for this guy. You kidding me, Mace? Mace! You kidding me?
He's showing why he's a leader. He's showing why he's a team captain.
Damn, he kicks ass. Wait till you all hear this, man. It's awesome. OBT, BFD, that's right. And again, Broncos are late today, so guess what? We're late today, but we're working hard behind the scenes.
They were really late today.
Yeah,
we're really late.
Yeah, it was an awkward day, but Bo working his magic on us, that's for sure. Cecil, Lammey, Andrew Mason, orange and blue today, and we got to get right to the Forsyth stuff. I know we're going to talk about Sean Payton and Bo Nix working better together each week because they are. But, dude, I just heard the Forsyth stuff. I still have chills. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, Bo Nix asked about Alex Forsyth, who, of course, Forsyth was at the point of attack that the Chiefs went at on the field goal rush Sunday afternoon. They went through his spot, got the block field goal, won the game, by the way. Insult to injury. Leo Chanel, who had the block on that, AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. That was my reaction, too. It's like, really?
Okay.
Really?
You gotta just twist the knife. You gotta twist the knife.
There wasn't a kicker out there who hit like 4 field goals or something. Anyway, but Bo Nix asked about Alex Forsyth, and man, we keep talking about all the ways that Bo Nix is growing as a leader of this team, why he has the C patch on his jersey. This response right here, and it's a long one, but coming to the defense of his teammate who's been under a little bit of attack, this is what leaders do. Listen to Bo Nix.
So I think it's very unfortunate, very unfair that, ultimately a play comes down to, one moment and the light or, something, people can say that it falls under one person, and nobody prepares like Alex Forsyth prepares. Nobody goes through the moments throughout the week and gets every set and every look that he possibly can and go out there and put his team in the best possible spot. And I think it's unfair that, unfortunately, it's the game we play, and all of our mistakes are on national TV and everyone sees them. And, there's a lot of, negative talk when somebody messes up, but I think it's, I think it should be known how valuable he is to our team, how much he is respected throughout our locker room. And it really, it ticks me off that people can, say those things about him and not even see how he works or how he responds or how he plays. And I have no doubt that Alex Forsyth is going to respond, probably better than anybody in that situation. He cares more than anybody would in that situation. And I know every single one of our team, every single guy in our locker room believes in him, to move on and respond. And, what happened to him sucks. It really does. It's happened to many of us. And you just got to, unfortunately, get over it. And you got to find ways to move past it. And, he's mentally tough. He's been through, tougher life moments than probably any of us. And so he knows how to handle adversity. And I'm excited to see him grow and respond through this. And, I can't imagine, as much as he works throughout a week, how much more he's going to put on himself. But I respect him greatly. I hate that he's having to go through all this, but sometimes it's part of the game, and it is what we signed up for. But I'm happy to be on his team. I'm proud to call him a teammate, and I know he's going to respond really well.
Damn.
That's exactly what you want your quarterback to say.
Damn, dude.
Like, it also shows, and we talk about the strength of association that this team has, that they're going to rally around somebody. When one guy is struggling, everyone's going to come together. They've got each other's backs. Now, I see some of the comments on social media that are like, oh, he's a politician already, or, oh, Bo can say whatever he wants, but Alex should never see the field again. You know what? Cut the crap. Okay? Cut the crap. if this team's going to get anywhere, it's going to do it. It's going to do so as a team. This is part of Bo Nix becoming a team leader. This is part of that whole culture thing. You're trying to build a culture. When you've got a quarterback saying that, and Quinn Miners also got up and had a similar response in the locker room today. He's another captain. You have two of your captains, two first-time NFL captains that are getting up there and standing up for their guy when he's under attack. That is what you want to see. That is a culture being built brick by brick, bit by bit. You should be thrilled that guys are stepping up to rally around Alex Forsyth like this. Thrilled.
Yeah, and just thrilled with what Bo Nix said. And if you're saying stuff about that, like, just come on, man. It's poppycock. I could say other stuff, but then I would get kicked off.
Bull plop, as Homer Simpson would say. Grade A bull plop.
That's right.
Boulder Dash.
You want to play the Miners clip too on Forsyth here?
Yeah, because Quinn actually being on the field goal team gets into more of the stuff of what Alex Forsyth was doing. So let's hear from Quinn Miners talking in the locker room today.
Yeah, I mean, for one, I think the blame is kind of ridiculous. The last couple of days, I've been pretty upset by the overall coverage and how it's been handled across all different platforms. I mean, like you said, he is preparing every single week to be able to play left guard, right guard, and center. He came in and played his tail off at center for us. He's been asked to be on punt. He's been doing that. He's been doing the field goal thing as well. I mean, he's got tons of jobs that he's working on every single day, and I have a ton of respect for the way he works, the way he grinds, the way he asks questions. And he's a great player, and he's been a part of the reason for some of the success that we've had on the offensive line when he's played with us. And there's a handful of reasons as to how that kind of happened to him, and I've been giving him as much support as I can, because that is an unfortunate position. Playing that position on field goal is one of the hardest jobs in this sport, and arguably across all sports. And he's been doing the best job that he can, and it was just an unfortunate circumstance. And our offense can't stall, in the third quarter or anything like that. And we got to put points on the board sooner, so that way it's not a situation like that. But I think we're doing a good job keeping him, uplifted and stuff, and moving and turning the page, because that's what you have to do in this league. Because now we're getting ready for Atlanta, and that whatever happened in that game is what happened. We got our corrections. We're going to move forward, because that's the best thing we can do, is to heal and move forward with him.
Wow, another
Pretty
captain
cool, huh?
right there, man. Yeah.
Yep.
You love it,
Captain,
man.
Captain, my captain.
I'll stand on the table, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
man. You love to see him circle the wagons like that.
This is a team coming together.
Oh, yeah.
It's not 5 fingers, it's one fist. You can do a lot more with that.
Yeah. And you imagine, Audric Estime said that type of game can turn him into a monster. Brother, it could turn the team into a monster. And you brought it up about how it's Atlanta in 2016 that kind of ended everything, started the slide. And now in this Atlanta game, you have an opportunity to catapult yourself, but it could be that Kansas City loss. And the way that you did it and the heat that your brother took, that could propel you to further greatness.
Yeah, like I put out there a couple of days ago that the last 12 teams to make conference championship games since they expanded the playoffs, 5 of those 12 were 5-5 or 6-4 midseason. Look, I'm not saying the Broncos are going on that type of run, but look, where you start isn't necessarily where you finish, and you can grow by leaps and bounds over the course of a season. And if you just get in, you give yourself a shot. I mean, this team, if it gets the win against Atlanta on Sunday and then takes care of business and continues to grow and be that one cohesive unit that we're seeing it become, then they're going to be much greater than the sum of their parts. I mean, we saw it on Sunday. Look, does this Bronco team need more punch in certain spots on the roster? Could it use more dynamic players at some of the skill position spots, especially pass catching? Absolutely. And I imagine we're going to spend a lot of time this offseason talking about potential receivers, potential tight ends that could be coming here.
Yes.
But doesn't mean you can't accomplish a lot of things right now.
Yep. It's all right there in front of you. Not to spoil it for everybody, but you and I might be at some pro days with some skill position players that the Broncos could have some interest in.
Yeah, I mean, there's at least one around here that they're not going to have a chance to get because
that's for sure.
They're not getting Travis Hunter. They're not going to be able to move up and get Travis Hunter. To have a chance at Travis Hunter, you probably need to lose the next 7 games in succession. I don't think that's going to happen.
I think Travis should be number 1 to Jacksonville if the draft.
He may well be. Like I've told you, he's my number 1 pick. If I had the number 1 overall pick, even if I needed a quarterback, I'd be taking Travis Hunter because he's an exceptional talent.
Yep. Vegas Larry says you learn from your past, not beat yourself up. We were in that locker room again. It was a weird day. We won't get into it, but like nobody was down or, how could we lose that? It was rallying together. Even in a way for me, Mace, again, limited time, but like it didn't feel like after the Baltimore, which again felt strong and steady. This felt even a stronger unity.
This felt like a team determined.
Woo!
Like determined to turn the pain of the last 10 days into success. Determined to grow from this. Determined to rally around one of its players.
Yep.
And that it's one of those signs. It's like if you watch Ted Lasso and there's a moment in the 3rd season where they lose a game, but Trent Krim, the reporter, comes up and realizes that the audacious tactics that they're trying are going to work because it's the culmination of all the little investments that have been made in team building and building a culture. When you see the way that players are rallying around Alex Forsyth in a very tough moment, this is one of those moments that shows you that all the little deposits that you've made along the way in trying to build something here, build that strength of association among guys on the team, whether it's, a tough practice to taking that first month of off-season work and saying, you guys, you're just going to work. You're going to run together. You're going to lift together. We're not going to do football stuff. You're going to toil and sweat in that weight room together before we start worrying about all the other football things that are going on. All of these little deposits that have happened over the last 22 months, 21 and a half months, however long it's been since Sean Payton came in, you start seeing the results of that when you see this kind of response. When you see Bo Nix stepping in the huddle and exuding confidence and every guy in that huddle buying in, and then this team marching downfield in Kansas City for what should have been a game-winning drive. All of this is the result of what has been put in. What comes next, it's pretty exciting to think of what could come next for this team. Like it's weird that you get, even in like losses and coming off of losses, sometimes you get a greater sense of what's possible than after wins. I think this is one of those moments here for the Broncos.
You can still have deposits. You don't have any savings unless you have deposits, and they're making deposits. And you're going to know why I say this, Mace, specifically for you, because I love the sound of your voice when you say this. But that trip to Virginia, to West Virginia, man, like that's a deposit.
Yeah.
That's a deposit that helps pay off now.
Let's face it. I'm not sure everybody was thrilled. I'm not talking about media. I'm talking about players. I don't know that everybody was thrilled with going to West Virginia for a week.
I would guess that's a pretty good, that's a pretty
from
good
conversations that were had,
Yes. Yeah. That's a pretty good guess.
It's fair to say that they went on that road swing after 2 losses and they won back-to-back games. And then they won another when they came back home. It really does feel different around there. And I don't say this lately. it hasn't felt that way since some guy wearing jersey number 18 was at quarterback.
We don't say that lightly.
No. Doesn't mean this team's going to have the same outcome this year, but
sure,
they're doing the things that you need to do and growing in a way that you must grow to accomplish some significant things down the line. They truly are. It's man, it's exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting. Like when Bo had that response, I mean, you kind of got chills a little bit, like hearing that
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I got chills when we heard from Mike McGlinchey, because he's our guy, the mayor of the Broncos. And when he talked about the combination, because you and I have suggested, like, hey, since New Orleans, Sean has had some great game plans that really fit Bo. And Bo could have played better against the Saints, played well against Carolina. They had a good plan. They might have had a good plan against the Jets, but that weather was terrible. But, like, it seems like Bo and Sean are meshing better than before. Now, we think that, Mace, but when someone like Mike McGlinchey pretty much says the same thing, that had my radar going off. Like, I know what we're talking about today.
Yeah. Let's play that comment.
And he and Sean have started to play off each other and starting to figure out how they like to call the game together. Obviously not Bo calling the game, but how Sean can call the game for him. And I think his maturity shows in the confidence that he operates with. I think somebody made a good point earlier a couple minutes ago, but normally when you see a rookie quarterback, not turn the ball over, it normally doesn't equate to more improvement in explosives or yardage or touchdowns. And he's still taking those risks and still playing with that confidence, while also being incredibly smart about where he's putting the football. And I think his maturity has grown so much in the last 6-7 weeks, and that's why our offense is starting to gradually improve each week.
Mm-hmm.
With hard work, improvement is the outcome for a talented team full of professionals. Again, maybe they don't have everything they need. We know they don't.
Yeah.
But they can be greater because of their work together. And Sean and Bo coming together, and Sean learning what Bo likes. This is what it was going to take, man.
Yeah. Learning what Bo likes. And that's why, remember back in week 5 when Bo and Sean are yelling at each other on the bench, man. You love that. That's part of it all coming together, because, sometimes there's going to be some yelling when you're at the dinner table, right?
Sure.
But then when you get up and, you get past that and you work together and you're under attack from somebody else, and then you all are going to rally together. Like, you've been through it. There's a trust that gets built from those kinds of conversations and that kind of back and forth. And yes, the trust of Bo Nix chirping back at Sean Payton there. Like, you've got the sense that like you can sometimes see the gleaming Sean Payton's eye. Like he's building something. He's getting something he can win with here.
And he flipping loves that kid.
Oh yeah.
He flipping loves Bo Nix. Like, loves him.
Loves the composure. Loves how he's getting better. Loves the fire. The fire. That's the thing. You saw that fire when you asked him at the Senior Bowl about lining up under center. And that was a great response, because, man, it showed he's got an edge. You don't always see that, but it's nice to know it's there. And it's getting, and you know what? Some of that edge was there when he was talking about Alex Forsyth today.
Oh yeah.
Man, that is at least as important, if not more so, than anything we see on the field, as far as him being a successful quarterback, because so much of it is about being a successful leader.
Genuine.
Yeah.
Haven't always got that here.
That's the key word right there, isn't it?
It's genuine. Genuine and talented. Bo Nix.
You do that,
man.
You do that, you can do anything.
Yep. Now, before we're out of here, Mace, what is this huddle confidence? What is this? I didn't get a chance to listen to that one yet.
Remember when Adam Troutman was talking about how confident Bo is in the huddle, even when he was delivering the play call. So I asked Bo Nix today, is that something that's natural? Do you have to kind of will yourself to be confident? Like you have to be conscious of it? What goes into that? And this is what Bo had to say.
I think it naturally happens and it occurs, but at the same time, it's because you prepare and you put yourself in that state, and you don't really have a choice. You got 10 other guys looking at you, and it's their livelihood, it's their life that you got it literally in your hands. The ball's being snapped to you, so it's a pride thing. You got to take pride in the things that puts you in that position, and the guys around you got to have. Ultimately have their respect, and you got to know that it means a lot. And then, you just let competitive nature take over, and you just go out there and do it.
Sounds like a winner to me.
Yeah. Now you just got to get those dubs in the standings.
Yep.
Go get one on Sunday. Boy, a win on Sunday would confirm a lot of what we're seeing.
Oh, yeah.
But you have another team that's coming in Atlanta, and we're going to dive more into this later on this week. You have another team in Atlanta that's building something good, too.
Yep, and they've got some quality coaches, including their head coach, starting with their head coach.
Great example of what a second chance can do, why the word retread shouldn't be a pejorative when you're talking about coaches. Raheem Morris, a retread, but, man, he's learned a lot in the last decade plus, being around Mike Shanahan, being around Kyle Shanahan, being around Dan Quinn, being around Sean McVay, even coaching offense as well as defense. And you're starting to see the results. The Falcons look like they'll comfortably be a playoff team. And it's a heck of a challenge on Sunday.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. As we get out of here today, and again, Broncos were late, so we're late. So now we're up against stuff that we've already got going. We certainly appreciate everyone for riding along. This is a little wild. It was a little crazy.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays and Thursdays, we're going to be a little late, and today was a little craziness. But I love the shared vision that Edward, our guy, talks about here in the chat room, because it is like you're gonna argue in a family. You know what I mean? The shared goal. And it's not like you and I have ever yelled at each other, but there's been times when things get a little between you and me. But you know what? We want the same thing. So if we want the same thing, and I can speak to you with respect, and you can speak to me with respect, that's how it happened. That's the same thing with Sean Payton and Bo Nix.
Exactly.
You want the same thing? Let's go, man.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Well put.
All right, let's get out of here for today. Appreciate everyone again. It's a wild schedule, and we know, just don't know when we're going to be on Wednesday or Thursdays. So
exactly. Yep.
All right, he is Andrew Mason. You follow him on all the socials. We need to get to a specific number for our subscribers. So please, about 48% of you that watch this are not subscribed. You guys have been helping us up. It's been helping out the numbers. That's been really good. We need some more help. We need a little turbo boost here before the end of the year. So please help us out by subscribing to this show. But how else can people help us out, Mace?
Like,
comment,
share,
subscribe,
hit that notification bell,
so that you
never miss a vid.
That's right. He's Andrew Mason at Mace Denver. I'm at Cecil Lammey saying OBT's BFD. Thanks for watching. Magic. Stay tuned and stay frosty.